I'm just figuring shit out. And Smooth Brain, if you're Smooth Brain, then there's no brain up here. I'm telling you right now, Snips. You're very smart. Don't ever discredit yourself for that. You're very smart. Also, don't know if you saw on the Discord, but the whole map that you sent me arrived. Literally in 2 days, kind of surprised. But it was a little bathroom mat made of stone, kind of like what I saw on TikTok, and it actually looked like it kind of worked, because, truthfully, I've always wanted, like, a non-cloth, like, bathroom mat. And this one works really well. Like, even for reference, it was required if it was, like, dusty or if it seems like there's, like, some particles on it, you wash it and scrub it down real quick. Whole thing was completely wet. In, like, 1 minute, the whole thing was fully dry. And it's kind of fascinating. There was, like, no water underneath. There was, like, a little plastic mesh mat underneath, and that wasn't wet. It was perfectly fine, and I was quite impressed by it. But still, I'll give you guys a little review of that in the next few months if you're looking to get a really good bath mat that isn't, like, cloth or something. So, yeah, big shout-out to Snips for gifting that for me. I really appreciate that lots. I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart, and you like seeing my ass. If you wanted to see my ass, you could have just asked for it, No one asks to see my ass. No one's like, hey, Beta, can you show that you're on stream right now? Can you do that for me? No one asks. No one asks. They just making me sad. Also, hi, Helljumper. Hope you're doing well. I saw you in chat earlier, and it kind of disappeared, the chat message. I'm trying to, like, read through chat and all that. Also, Shameless, thank you for the 5 bits, by the way. I appreciate it. Adrenaline, a hell of a chemical. Well, for me, I'm just running off of coffee. I think I've had, like, maybe 4 cups today, which really isn't the best, but we're surviving, We're doing our thing. But I hope everyone's doing well in chat. Thank you, Jake, for the resub. Random person for the bits. Shameless for the bits.
Marvin.
Helljumper for being good,
Are
too.
you okay, Marvin?
I gotta hit you up again, by the way. I know you messaged me on Telegram. My
I'll be right
Telegram's
there.
still been a mess, and I want to get back to everyone accordingly, but I don't want to, like... it's such a perpetuation that I've encountered recently. Trying to be social when you have a little social battery, but you also want to have genuine social interactions with people. I don't want to just, like, respond for the sake of responding. I want to respond actually with my actual, like, effort and feeling in person into it. So when I say, oh, I'm going to bang through all 80 of these messages, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. I don't want to just be, formulaic with it. I want it to be meaningful. So that's why getting back has been hard. But I hope everyone who's, like, been reaching out and poking me on Telegram, Discord, whatever, understands. Love you guys lots. I will try to get back to the best of my abilities. I've just been trying to panic and get all these videos and shit done. I got a video done today on the Boodles channel, so go and check that out if you haven't already. Fan art review, because I really, really love doing that. And then I have a new video coming out tomorrow on the main channel, which you guys should hopefully be excited for, because it's a really good one, in my opinion. And then I've been working on all sorts of other projects, because there's all this stuff. Hello? Hello? I'm holding my coffee. That's not where that... Okay. Are there ghosts in here? There's probably ghosts in here. Where are you? I'm gonna hunt the ghosts. See, that's what they don't teach you in Phasmophobia. You can just punch the ghost. That was my ring light. It's okay, I've abused it many times and it's fine. It's like $15. Works pretty great. That's the V2 free count? I think so. I gotta hit up Emerald about it because he's pretty much done the entirety of all my free counts for me. And I gotta poke him about potentially making a V2 model of this because, you look really cute. I look really cutesy. Adorable. Nody dog.
There you are.
I was thinking I probably can see what the gestures are preset to. That too. I could also maybe take a look at it. Granted, I don't know what I'm looking for necessarily.
Yeah. Name's in there. I came into town with it.
But the reason why is because I gotta learn a little bit of Blender anyways for a 3D printing project that I want to work on. Because I said that I want to work on something for 3D printing and modeling and getting into that, but I don't want to spend $1,000+ a month on SolidWorks, which was the only program I learned in college. So, what's the alternative? Unity. Or Blender, or whatever it is. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun for me. But I hope you guys are doing well today. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Little tink to the weekend. This for me is coffee just to keep me going for the rest of the day because I have been going Tonight will be the actual Tink Tink when I hang out, chill with everyone in VR, do my usual thing. But for now, it is fun, vibes, stream time. Which is my favorite time, honestly, because I get to hang out with y'all. Some people drain my social battery way faster than others, sadly. That is also true, Marky. That is also true. As sad as that is, there's some people that I can only have a certain dosage of. I still love them to death, but that's just how it is. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what makes interacting with people interesting. That's what makes it so, like, you may or may not click with people. Which I've actually been thinking because of what I've been feeling this, like, past week with feeling overwhelmed socially, and then some people being upset with me because I can't get back to them, even though I'm really doing my best. I feel like doing that as, like, a follow-up video to my whole furry fandom click problem, but also being within the realm of socialization and understanding that not everyone kind of gets along, and not every relationship is going to be a best friend relationship, no matter how hard you try, because I've discovered that recently, too. That might be a good, like, discussion, especially from my perspective. So, yeah. Thinking about doing that at some point. I guess, I don't know, I've been thinking about asking one of you guys if one of y'all could be, like, a note taker for, like, streams, whoever, like, frequents, if you have any, like, notes that I'm like, hey, I gotta remember this for later. If someone could write this down as a note for me, I'd appreciate it. For, like, whatever the video idea thing is. But, like, I don't want to... I hate putting that responsibility on anyone because, truthfully, I'm just streamer man doing this for fun, you know? Why am I still holding my coffee? Tink Tink, we're drinking coffee. I'm slamming the rest of this, by the way. Oh, yeah, that's the good shit. Look, I gotta enjoy it while it lasts, too. I gotta enjoy it while it lasts. That's all. Look, sometimes you gotta really go in on it. Also, was there, like, some good ASMR with that? Maybe I could do that again, do a little bit of, like, vor ASMR for those that like that. Not that that's my thing at all, but, you know, happy to oblige. I don't know why I'm talking. What is one of the most weirdest moments you had at a furry con? When I hooked up with someone for the first time at a room party, which was semi-private, you know, close friends, people that knew one another, that were chill, you know, in party settings. And I was in the other room, which was still an open room. I was doing my thing with someone, as you do. You know how, like, sometimes you go to, like, FurCon room parties, you'll have, like, everyone just chilling, having a drink, and then two people are, like, porking on the bed in the back. That's actually, like, a thing that sometimes happens, depending on the room party. For me, I was the one, you know, doing that. First time hooking up, by the way. I don't do that, believe it or not. You think I get any action? Let's be real. Let's be real here. I don't get any action. 10 minutes in, a couple of people walked into the party, I could hear it in the back, and then I could hear them kind of walk into the room. Keep in mind, my back is to them, and I'm butt-ass naked. I know this might not be an appropriate stream topic, but at the same time, 18+ stream, you know that? So, yeah. I was butt-ass naked, doing my thing, back towards these people. I hear from behind me. Wait, is that
Claire!
Is that Beta?
Hold on! I'll be right there!
That Beta? Yeah, I know that Beta. Like, Beta 8 is a look, like, here, I'm gonna bring up this video right now. You know how there's a time and place for everything? And it's really
Claire.
funny, too. Whenever people think they're listening,
so nice to see
or
you.
they're whispering,
What are you doing?
whenever people think they're whispering
Helicopter
and I
just
can't
came
hear
out.
it, you saying my name, I absolutely
You
will
don't
hear
have a key in one of
that.
those fancy pockets?
But even if you're, like, across
Unfortunately,
the room,
no.
you know what's funny
how
about
are you
that?
doing?
In the moment where I heard that, the first time hooking up,
Surviving?
I have never had it go
good.
so soft, so fast.
luck with your brother?
No.
I've never had it go
Don't
so
lose hope.
soft, so fast.
I'm sure we're gonna find
Even
him.
the guy I was with was like, what the fuck? He was like, what the fuck?
Damn it.
I'm like,
You know
dude,
what that
I gotta
means?
go. I'll be back later. And I just put on my clothes and left. That was my wildest FurCon interaction.
Claire, I think you should go.
Don't
My
worry about
wildest
it, man.
FurCon
You
interaction.
take care of yourself.
It's
Claire,
just...
you need to go. Now!
I know there's a whole discussion on that whole
Okay.
thing of just like
Let's get
time
through
and
this.
place.
Both of us.
I'm in a room party. I don't want the respectfully, I don't want the fanboy experience when I'm in the
Marvin,
middle of
got a
working with
situation here.
someone.
I'm surrounded by
So yeah, that's
zombies.
my weirdest con
Marvin,
experience. That
keep
actually
copy.
happened at FurPop this year.
Marvin.
Last year, 2024. So that's the story of my wildest and weirdest FurCon experience, being recognized as Beta Eta Telota, first time hooking up with someone. Let alone it might have been my fault for doing it at a party, but let me live my life, okay? What if they wanted to join? I didn't know these people! And from behind, too! I did not turn my head around. They saw the back of my head and the rest of my body. That's it! That's it! How the fuck did... Like, ooh, man, ooh. Look, I don't want to get heated about it because I feel bad. You know, because, like, I don't want to make people feel bad for recognizing me or anything, or saying hi, or wanting to, but, like... What has Professor Oak said? When you pull out a bike in a Pokemart, or a bike in a Poke Center, there's a time and place for everything, but not now. That's my weirdest story. Absolutely wild. Also, hi, ML. Hope the Costco trip is going well. Guys, ML is cooking pork shoulder and some bomb-ass mac and cheese tomorrow for, like, a game night / party we're doing with friends. I'm really fucking excited for it, because ML knows how to fuck up a good mac and cheese and pork shoulder. But I hope Costco's going all right. I know Costco in the evening is, yeah. Do you know the person you were with? Yes. He's like a good friend of mine. And that's the thing, too. I feel like in terms of doing stuff like that, I'm more like, you know, demisexual. That's what I'm learning. You know, somewhat ace, somewhat demisexual, like, mainly gay. You know, it's just, I'm figuring that all out, you know? But it's still just like, oh, man. Wild experience. Bro's about to get down, leave him alone. Exactly! Like... Dude, I know we joke about it. About like, hey, Beta, I know you're in the middle of this, but can you sign my... Beta, bring back Maverick. I know about it, but like, this shit happens. It happens to me, and it's wild. But that's my wildest con story. I love telling it every time, because it's just... It doesn't sound believable. But it absolutely happened. Suffering from success, suffering. Is this success? Is this success? I don't know, but I'm grateful for it. I'm appreciative, and you know, at the same time, I was flattered. But I'm like, maybe not right now when I have a few drinks in me and we're having a good, doing something clearly different from YouTube Beta. I don't know. That's why I have the whole, like, Levi Sheppy thing, you know? And I know I'm Levi now, and that's, you know, associated with Beta, but, you know, I have that whole separate thing going around at cons, you know? Doing my thing. Going around doing my thing. But, yeah. I call having your own merch successful. You know what? That's fair, Marky. Everyone has a different definition of it, too. Everyone has a different definition of it. I did have something that I was going to mention to you guys as like an announcement, but I can't remember what it is. I'm going to keep talking and maybe I'll remember it soon. I mean, I guess the only announcement is I'm going to be joining Jake soon for some fun time vibes with him, because I love that Wear Pants to death. He's like genuinely one of my closest friends that I've really gotten to know this past year, and
7 months already.
7 months? Well, thank you, Simcar Asuno. I'm doing, you know what? Despite this week being kind of rough, it was all a learning experience, but I'm doing good, ultimately. I feel like even though it was a weird week at the end of the day, I got a lot done. I got 2 videos on the Boodles channel. I got my main channel video out for tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go and check that out. It's a really good one. Might be a little out of date because, excuse me, this stuff happened back in like December or so. But still exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and I've gotten a few of the projects that I've wanted to get done for a while now. So overall, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I've been really, one thing to motivate me is I've been focusing on how I feel after completing a project, like recording a video. You know how sometimes you can sort of get yourself overwhelmed with like a project or task, like I gotta do this big thing. It's like, oh, well, maybe I don't want to do that now. I'll do it later. We'll put it off. The best sort of remedy that I've found for that is focus on how you feel after getting it done. Like the accomplishment, the satisfaction, the getting it right off your to-do list, like whatever joy or serotonin you get from doing that, focus on that, and then have that be somewhat of the driving force too. And it's not to say, you know, I absolutely despise recording certain videos. I just get way too in my head with it. I'm like, you know what? Let's wing it. And that's what I did this week. And I got one video done that I really wanted to, and I think I did an excellent job going through. And then I have another one going over the whole Bon Voyage stuff that I need to finish scripting, but I will hopefully record this Sunday. So I'm looking forward to it. I've got a pretty good schedule going so far. It's getting slowly better. But still, thank you for the 7-month resub. I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate the support. I appreciate all you guys being here. Y'all are so wonderful and nice to me, and it means a lot. Honestly, it means a lot that you... That's the thing, too, I've thought about, and this is kind of a weird thing to even... You know, we'll save this talk for later. There's a whole talk that I want to have about what I was just thinking about later. You don't know what that is, but we'll save it for the conversation. Because I gotta read chat, and I feel like I'm not really doing it. You know? Why would you interrupt that kind of activity for anything other than the room is on fire or the cops are at the door? I don't know. I mean, yeah. Look, here's the thing, too. When I went out at A&E for, like, what is it, burritos, some Mexican food that me, Diffuse, Ryder, a couple of friends went to go and get some, like, late lunch, there was a building behind us that was, like, on fire. And then the owner came out and said, like, hey, guys, just so you know, there's a building on fire behind us, but this is a brick building. We should be fine here. You can leave if you want, but, like, no pressure or no worries. Even then, with the building being on fire, they're like, oh, I don't want to inconvenience you. Meanwhile, having, like, an intimate moment at a convention, that happens.